Isn't that lovely? A little ladybird mopping up aphids.
I just said it's got a lovely LED light on that leg. Just there. What is that? Modern problems.
Oh, it's gone now. A bit camera shy. It's going to go to the next plant. So fast.
If I dig down in the beet,
There's a few gaps. So there's a plant there and a plant there. There should be a seed in theory here. There we are. It's just been too dry to germinate. Now when that does get rain, it's going to be so far behind, it'll fill the gap, but it'll only be a parsnip upon lifting. You can see the barley with span on, doing its thing. Because it's what I call under stress to such a degree, we don't want to put a weed spray on. We don't want to get rid of the barley yet, because the weed spray will check the beet to a degree, and we don't want to do that because it needs all the help it can get at the moment. I mean, as I can see, there's a little bit of moisture there. It feels lovely and warm. But then this is a lovely bit of silt, so it's got a bit more moisture retention anyway. I'm surprised they're not getting away better than this or faster than this.
now Harry's been busy today washing this off, ready to put away, washing all the legs, because particularly when you get a little blockage on the bit down there, it spews out and covers it up with fur, which is not great for longevity. So just wash that pretty thoroughly. Emptied the tank, sorted that out, triple washed it and done the filters. In the meantime, I'm just going to make a cable rod here to hang these cables. Let me just show you. Well, you'll see in a minute. About the minute the cables come in this little pinch point here. They haven't pinched at all, but you can see it's caught there. Just about. And it scares me as that skews around and around. Come out this loop here from that loop there and hang them up there out the way. I just foresee problems. So I've just made this little bit, well, I've not made this angle line, but I've just chopped a bit of angle line. You get that feeling, don't you? It's one of those jobs, if you don't do, you know you should do it. If you don't, it'll be all right, be all right, be all right. And then one Saturday or Sunday morning, you'll just chop through the lot and you think, why did I do that? I knew I should have done it. So I'm doing it. Can you see that yellow line there? That goes from the corner of Bourne, from where Backavort is, all the way to Gosberton, that way, which there's no point showing you. That's the old Roman canal. Amazing, isn't it? Clear as day. It just shows the stress the wheat is under with the dryness at the minute. Absolutely epitomises it. But equally harrowing, it's not that hair you can see flying through the wheat there. It's just, you can see that haze in the wheat there. That's blackgrass. Oh my God, it shone its head early this year. Really quite disappointing. There's a lot to be seen. Look at the sky up there, it's very pretty, to be fair. Sky pretty, crop not so pretty. I'm just walking out in quite a large field of wheat. You see the beans all shriveling up with the herbicide now. Look at the cracks though, crikey. There's potential getting lost there at this stage. And you'll see it's got that rather unnerving yellowness about it there. And as I scroll around to here, you can see it's a little bit deeper in colour, a bit more healthy. But you will see over there to the right of the screen, we're starting to get near the blackgrass, and this is really deeply saddening. We've had this for about 10 years in our ownership. It was 4 fields, it's 110 acre, it was 4 fields. But you can see to the line, this was a field, and this is a particularly dirty bit. So we might have to break this field back into 4 and spring crop this without the winter cropping element. This is about the only way you can keep abreast of the blackgrass. I mean, look at it.
It's far too healthy. Oh, and over the years, God, we've put some spring crops on here. Far too many. Well, not far too many, but to be profitable, far too many. It's that tinge of blackgrass over there. I mean, literally, we need to chop that out. We've done many barleys, peas. It's had a couple of sugar beets. It's not had potatoes yet, but I think it'll just have to come out of the spring. It'll just have to come out of the winter rotation for cropping in here. Our agronomist said this has some gappy oilseed rape. Oh, maybe about 10 years ago now. I'll have to recheck that. And that's when a lot of this legacy just went ballistic, or seed bank legacy. So this is a really thick bit of blackgrass here. So this week we'll only do half a crop, but the worse than that, we'll put the seeds from this lot back into the soil bank. So really it needs to be combined and burned, stubble burn it, which is not really allowed, but that's the only way you can get this to hatch quick and stop the return back to soil. Rather frustratingly, the wheat is really good in this bit. It's not even a badly drained bit. It does your head in. The nature in the fields you don't appreciate from the headland is quite crazy. Oh, it's got some flies in the middle of that. Won't focus at all. This is largely my view all week. I just said it's got a lovely LED light on that leg. Just there. What's that? Oh, it's made it. I've undone the wheels, so they're taking them off.
Well, I suppose we'll fetch them off today.
I just wonder if the penalty's worse than the... It's kept quite well, the paint on that, considering it's probably nearly as old as me. Before flipping upside down to lift on the deck. So flip that one upside down, put it on that one, push them on, and then they'll probably put another one on the top of that. Yeah, it's just said it's a 40-ton lift on that power finger.
I don't know if that name will put him off.
Does he know it?
I think so. I don't think he's I don't know.
That's got it. Seated that in nice now. I don't know if they'll want another one on top. One crop which is really loving this dry, warm weather is peas. These are combinable peas. They're really lapping it up. They're loving it. You might notice just here, it looks a bit more chopped, not been rolled. this had a puddle on when we drilled the whole field, so we have to work around it. But this big stretch here, we just cut these in about 5 days later after the main field went in. And actually, they look quite happy. You wouldn't really know now. You can see the overlaps where we chopped them in. But don't they look happy? Look, they just lap this weather up. They fly. We do grow some good peas down here. And these will be combined as well. Oh, another lump of concrete. How I love lumps of concrete, especially the header. I just don't know how they get in the fields. It really, really... I'm sure they must drop out the sky. The plants are off for a year. So I took the tractor off and then threaded the cables for a bit of a cut down in a tube, so it keeps it all at the vulnerable zone. You can see from there to there, it's a bit of a guillotine thing going on when you get at right angles. We also take these sponges off here, which regulate the seed and bunch the seed up a bit. If you leave them on there, the rats get on there and then they eat into the sponge because they can. That's them going.